Drama alert. Chris Smoove caught texting while playing Black Ops 2. In the beginning of this game, you'll see me pausing in weird places, getting down prone for absolutely no reason. Oh, how did he not see me? I had to stop texting for a second to get that news. And I also have some news for you. Today I switched networks on YouTube. And to be honest, it changes nothing for you, the viewer. It changes absolutely nothing. But I know a lot of people are going to be curious because the last 2 or 3 weeks, everybody's been talking about this on Twitter. So I figured, why not let it fly? In 2010, I partnered with Machinima on my channel. And in 2012, my contract was amended. A lot happened in 2 years. Things changed. So my contract changed to reflect that. And that's why it was such a surprise at the start of 2013. Because I didn't even make it a year into my amended contract, and Machinima offered me another contract. So for me, it felt like there were some stability issues, because if they were going to change the contract now, what's to say that in 1 or 2 months they don't try to change it again? We're not, doing this process again. So Machinima let me know that I had 10 days to sign their new contract, or else our partnership on YouTube would be terminated. So I had 10 days to research the business side of YouTube. This is something that I never really focused on because that's not what I do. All I do is I just make these videos to entertain. The only way I'll know if the new Machinima contract was good or not is to compare it to contracts that I get from other networks. So that's the first thing I started doing. I started reaching out to the other networks to find out what they have to offer. And this part wasn't as easy as it sounds because I didn't know how to get in contact with these networks. I didn't even know what other networks there were. And it's funny because the network that I signed with, they weren't even around in 2010 when I signed with Machinima. So the game has totally changed. It's 2013 and everything is different. And I have to do my research. But the good news is that all the other Machinima directors were in the same situation. So when one of us would find out the contact for one network, we'd share it with each other. We'd say, hey, do you know how to get in contact with so-and-so? And they'd say, yeah, here's the email. Here's the phone number. Here's the Skype. Hit them up. It was nice working with each other, talking strategy, giving out tips and tricks, because we're all new to this situation. And look at that guy. That ain't a Chris Smoove mattress, baby. So everybody that I knew, we pretty much taught each other the business side of YouTube, because before now we never really knew anything about it, but now we were forced to learn about it. And it was nice to see that collaborative effort between everybody. That was really nice. I was able to get in contact with about 4 networks. So I got contracts and I sent them to a lawyer. This is very important because sometimes these networks, they put clauses in the contract that are not favorable. They're so one-sided. And actually the first contract that I signed in 2010, it turned out that contract was very one-sided. So going forward, I wanted to make sure that I never made that mistake again. You want to know everything that's in there, and only a lawyer will be able to do it, because when you read it over yourself, the contract, it sounds like everything's all good, but one little word, one word can change the entire, it could change everything. So, that's what I've done. Since the first contract that I ever signed in 2010, I've always had a lawyer look over anything else that I signed just to make sure I'm making the right decision and I'm not making a new move. It turns out that all of the new contracts I received were not malicious at all. They were all pretty fair, but there were a few sentences that my lawyer didn't really like. So he said, have them tighten up this language. Right there, change that word, add in an adjective, tighten up that language, make it more clear, more concise. And that's exactly what I did. I took his advice. I went back to the network. I said, hey, can you make this change? Can you do this? Can you do that? And to my surprise, two of the networks were really flexible. They were like, oh, sure, we'll definitely change that. We're not trying to be malicious. And really, when you read the verbiage, they're not trying to be malicious, but the lawyer realizes that there's room there for, speculating, and you never want there to be any speculating. You just want it to be clear and concise. And so the two networks that were flexible, I decided to narrow it down to those two. Both contracts were a little bit different. I discussed it with my dad. We said, which one is better? We thought about it. And then finally, I made a decision. I let Machinima know that I wasn't going to take the new deal, so they released my channel. Now, here's where things got kind of strange. As soon as Machinima released me from their network on YouTube, my videos started getting copyright claims. Because I'm using video game footage. So really, you're not allowed to use video game footage unless you're with a network, because they have a deal with the game developers. And so all of a sudden I see my Assassin's Creed 3 video getting claimed. I see, my Tony Parker video getting claimed. I see a 2K13 video, a live video. I see some of my Call of Duty videos, my abusing claymores. Now I'm like, whoa. So let me show you a screenshot so you see that I'm not making this up. This is not made up. They were getting, copyright claims. Even the Tony Parker video, that's cheese. I got hit with that shot clock cheese. Oh, look at that shotgun guy getting beasted and feasted on. So instead of risking, getting additional copyright claims, I decided not to make any videos until I was officially partnered. So that's what I did. That's why I didn't release videos for the last 2, maybe 3 days, I guess it was. But I'm all partnered up now. I decided to go with full screen. Everything is official. And now they're working with me to get those copyright claims taken off of my video. So far, they've got them off the Tony Parker video, the Call of Duty, the NBA 2K13 video, the Assassin's Creed 3 videos, the 2 videos that got claimed. Those are still claimed. So we'll see if they can, sort that situation out. So that's pretty much it. If you're in a similar situation, or if you ever find yourself trying to partner with networks on YouTube, make sure you reach out to as many as possible. Make sure you get a lawyer as well to read over your contract. Make sure nothing is malicious. And just know that the game has changed now. So there's a lot of networks. You have a lot of options. And I would say Full Screen and IGN. Those two networks offer the best deals for me. So I would definitely recommend reaching out to both of those networks if you're in a similar situation, or if you ever become in this situation. Reach out to them, see what they have to offer you. And that's pretty much it. So now that I'm back, I'm partnered. I'm going to be letting the floodgates open. I'm going to be making it splash. Videos are going to be dropping. So thanks for the patience. And I'm going to get all caught up over the weekend and early next week. So stay tuned.